What's up guys, Marcello here from Wandering Trader. We're on the island of Fushi in the Maldives. Today we're going to be talking about things to know before visiting the Maldives. These are coming off the dome. I have my sandals here because I'm walking around the island. Absolutely beautiful. You guys can see that right over there. People are diving there in the background as well. I think this is first and foremost. I think this is an island or a country that you guys aren't going to be able to backpack through, especially if you want to enjoy kind of the classical Maldives experience with the bungalows everywhere and the blue sand. If you want to save a little bit of money, you can obviously go to the main island in I think it's called Malé. That's the main island where the airport is at, so you can save money that way. You can couch surf, stay on somebody's couch, and you can also just rent a hotel that isn't one of these hotels. Check this out. That isn't one of these hotels that has the bungalows on the water, but obviously I would definitely recommend you guys save up at least one night for it. A lot of these places are going to charge anywhere between $500 to $1,200 or even $1,700 a night if you wanted a place all to yourself. So it's definitely a more difficult place to save money on. It's not something that I think you guys can come here, act like you're going to do it at $20 a day. It's a beautiful island. Getting around, for the most part, this is going to be all-inclusive, which basically means that once you guys get to the island of where the resort of where you're going is at, you're going to really not go anywhere. You're going to eat here, you're going to do activities here, because the things are so shallow. They have snorkeling on every island, and obviously at that point it just depends on what kind of hotel you guys want to stay in, because obviously at that point it's just a matter of picking one of the most amazing hotels, etc., etc. You guys can see here, I'm about to come up to where the rooms are at, so I'll show you guys not the best of views right now because the sun isn't in the right place, but check that out. The place that we're staying here, I don't think you're gonna go wrong with any of the resorts, to be honest with you, so I won't sit here and tell you guys the best resorts to stay at, because they're all expensive and they're all amazing. You guys can see the blue water here. And I think for the most part, if you guys can hear me, it's probably really windy. The things to do here, it's basically anything beach related. They got parasailing, they take you out to other islands. I think one of the most amazing things that I actually did here with my girlfriend at the moment is have a lunch at a random sandbank in the middle of the ocean. That was absolutely incredible. That I would highly, highly, highly recommend, because it's absolutely incredible. And I'll give you guys some footage of that here. Maybe I'll tell Joser to go ahead and cut that out. How you doing? I'll make sure to give you guys some of the footage of that, and then the drone as well. And I think it's probably getting really windy, so sorry for the noise. Sorry for the noise problem. I'm just walking back to the room. We're in the middle of, you guys can see here. So getting here, this place is just south of India, of Sri Lanka. So most of you are probably going to connect somewhere in India, unless you're coming from Asia, which they have direct connections from Singapore as well. The flights, I think it depends where you're coming from and how much it's going to cost, but once you get on the actual island itself where the airport is, most of the resorts are going to automatically, they will arrange a water taxi to bring you to where you're going. I don't think many things here are very far. Our hotel was about 30 or 40 minutes from the actual main island where the airport is at. The amount of time to stay here, I think it depends on what you guys want to do, but for the most part, I think you can if you just want to do this to be able to, you know, get your pictures and launch your drones, which I'm going to tell you something about that as well, then you could probably just stay here for, I'd say, 2 days. A day, I think it's a little bit short because you got to check in, do everything, then check out. Some of I think 2 days is probably best. After that, the plugs, they have UK plugs here. The place that I'm staying, I think, was one of the first hotels that they actually built here. So here they only have the actual UK plugs. They don't have the universal plugs. I was just in Bali and a lot of the hotels there had all the universal plugs. So here, just make sure you get the UK adapters. You don't need any voltage converters. That's a thing of the past. I think most of us, especially you guys that are my age or younger, most technology now doesn't require a voltage converter. All you need is an actual voltage adapter. So it's just a plug that plugs into the wall, and then you plug that into the wall. The only other things now that need the voltage converters are actually hair dryers, which most hotels now actually provide, which is something you don't have to deal with. Other than that, let me think. Oh yeah, the drones. If you're going to come here and pretend you're going to fly the drone, highly recommend you guys do it without asking, because most of these places aren't going to allow you to do drones. I wish I would have bought a drone 5 years ago when they first came out, or 7 years ago, I think maybe 2 years ago, whenever they came out, because I think as time goes on, it's going to be more and more illegal and more not permitted anywhere you go. What I did here was I just went ahead and launched it. The best pictures that I got were actually when I went out to the sandbank, when we literally were driving on our personal boat, and on that boat I was able to launch it, which I almost lost it, by the way. We had to actually turn the boat back because the home point for the drone wasn't updated. So that's one thing that you guys can definitely keep in mind. I'll walk back here. I'm almost at the actual bungalow, so I'll show you guys the actual room so you guys can see it here at the, check that out. Here at the Huwafen Fushi. I don't know if I can actually say it properly, but it means, if I remember correctly, it means Dream Island, Fushi's island. So here's our bungalow. So we got a little bit of water. You can put the water on your feet to get rid of the sand. Right? Nice warm water at this point. And now I'll show you guys the actual room itself. Here's the room. If you ever wondered how they run things with electricity, we actually opened up this room here to actually show you guys. There's a generator connected to gas or propane tank. There's the Wi-Fi. Right, you can see it right in there. So that's how they do, and that's the AC unit as well. So that's something that you guys will know after watching this video. There's the car, typical hotel room. And then here you guys can see, it's nice, nice AC. So here you guys can see the little room on the floor, right there. There's the fishes. I don't know if you guys will see any fishes now, but at night we can see some of the sharks running around here. There's the pool. It's not the best of views right now because where the sun is at. Oh, there it is. Here's the bed. There's my laptop where I'm working from. You can see some of the cameras. I was recording some footage. And then here you guys can see the actual jacuzzi itself. So other things that you guys should know about coming to the Maldives. I think the biggest thing to know is that it's gonna be really hard if you guys want to backpack or you want to save money. Because most of these resorts are all inclusive when you guys are going to, you know, the taxi for us going from the Maldives, or the main island where the airport is at, to the actual island where the hotel was at, was $600. So everything is over the top expensive. Most, you know, obviously you gotta understand everything's imported, mostly from India, which makes it even more expensive because things there don't work very well. But it's an amazing place, you know. Some of the things to do, obviously diving, you can go parasailing, you can go boat diving. Here they have an underwater spa, so obviously if you guys are coming here for vacation, you guys can do that. The Conrad Underwater Hotel, you can only go to if you're staying at the Conrad. Louis Vuitton now has a hotel here, which is the most expensive one, so if you guys like Louis Vuitton, you guys can go spend $1 billion a night on a hotel room. But other than that, it's been an absolutely amazing experience. I've always wanted to come here. I spent about 4 or 5 days here. You guys will see the footage, or have already saw the footage about the lunch. It really is worth every penny. And even if you guys can only stay here for a day or two, or even a day, I'd highly recommend it. You can maybe try to stay on the main island, stay there for a hotel or two, and then get it cheap. Best times to come. April to November is the dry season. I believe December is one of the high seasons as well. Keep in mind that here in the Maldives, they attract both the Chinese visitors, right? The Chinese, the Indian, and then also the European, and then the American. So for us in America, the high time to go anywhere is going to be the June or July, August, right? That's when everybody takes vacation. And you guys can see how red I am. But the best time I would say here is about April, and then it won't be that hot. The wet season just ended, so it won't be that rainy as well. And then obviously you guys can see the beautiful view, and I'll go ahead and leave you guys with that. So those are the best things to know about visiting the Maldives. Here you can see, that's where we normally go, swimming a bit. And I hope you guys liked the video, and I'll let you guys know as well some other things you guys need to do in another video. So we'll talk to you soon, guys.